Hi, this is Dodie from J&D Heirloom Seeds. Right now we are overlooking the Grand Mesa in Montrose, Colorado. Right here we've got a little fun harvest of the day. We have some potatoes, gray zucchini, black cherry tomatoes, bloody butcher tomato, rutabaga, and ruby queen beet. I'm going to give you guys a short garden tour here and kind of let you guys know what's going on. Our peppers here are coming along pretty well. Slow start because of a cool spring, but the plant's putting on some fruit, as you can see. We have our big boy pumpkins, Charentais cantaloupe, more big boy pumpkins here coming along very nice. Some rutabagas, radishes, beets in that patch. Right here is a big patch of about 100 potato plants, 2 different successions and 3 different varieties. We have some pineapple ground cherry plants right here. Here's our Dargan squash from a good close friend of ours. Those are old heirlooms. We got our tomatillo plant right here. It's putting on some flowers nicely. That'll be ready for seed and ready to go up for this year's selection. Multiple varieties of eggplants. Looking down this row, we have our beans, 3 different kinds: golden wax, red ruby, and Italian Roma. As you can see, we have some nice flowers coming along here, and if I can find any, we have some small beans forming that will be ready in a couple of days. Here's the other end of our potato patch. I'm going to show you guys something kind of exciting. You can kind of just dig in there, pop out some potatoes. The plant can still grow and produce more. These ones are smaller than the ones we harvested today. Oh, I found a nice big one on this side. Then over here we have our raised bed with our lettuce mix, Vates collards, some Swiss chard. Over here we have another patch of greens, dwarf Scotch kale. We have some cauliflower here that's in the process of going into flower so we can collect seeds. You're looking down at 4 rows of corn. That's on our catalog. Now this big trellis is our tomatoes. We have multiple varieties. Right here we got our brandywines. We have some nice fruit coming on. They're a little bit later maturers. Walking down here, our plants are 4 to 5 feet high right now. But yeah, as you can see, some nice clusters forming there. Lots of tomatoes. Then over here we have our blue Hubbard squash. It's coming along well. We have some sweet potatoes. They're just taking off. Some more melons right here. Several varieties of flowers. This is kohlrabi, pak choi, Waltham broccoli for seed, and red clover that will also go to seed. We have some more sweet potatoes here. Over here we have our spaghetti winter squash, one of our family favorites. Our gray zucchini summer squash, that one will be ready tomorrow. Got a nice row of onions. The onions are coming along well. We're pretty happy with their progress. We have an old bathtub that was posted earlier on our Instagram and Facebook page, how we did that. But yeah, we used an old antique bathtub. We filled it with soil, and this thing is packed with food. The amount of food you can grow in a 6x3 bathtub like this is quite impressive. We got some zucchinis in here, a different variety that we had to separate from our other variety so that it wouldn't cross-pollinate. We have some lettuce and some beets in here. That's a nice lettuce plant we're letting go to seed to collect some seed for the selection this fall. Some cabbages that aren't quite ready to be harvested yet. We got Italian kale right here. Green calabrese sprouting broccoli. And as you can see, these are the flower buds. These are the flowers. And these are the seed pods that are almost ready. Actually, we have some ready on this side. I can show you guys. You can see the seed pods right here. Break that open, you can see get about 20 seeds in one pod. So here's our patio garden. We have cucumbers, multiple varieties, some cantaloupes. Over here we have our loofah plant that's going to produce some nice body scrubs. We're going to be selling the scrubs and the seed on our website. Right here, you can see in there, that's a little Sharon-Tay's cantaloupe forming. And so our back patio here overlooks our gardening area. Beautiful view of the Grand Mesa, the Black Canyon. So this here on the patio is just a reminder, if you guys don't have a yard or space, or you just want some really easy labor-free gardening, growing some food, you can really easily find some 3 to 5 gallon pots, and sometimes even for free at a local garden store when they're recycling at the end of the season. And then find you some good soil and fill them up and plant your seeds, and you'll have instant food right on your back door. Over here we have some broiler cages that we're constructing right now. They're about 90% done. These are going to be movable. As you can see, you can pick them up, move them around. And so what we'll do is during the winter, or if we want new garden plots, our broilers will cultivate the soil, fertilize the soil, stir up some bugs. Really great process for gardening and very labor free. I'm going to go and show you guys the status of our broilers next. So here are our broilers. These are Cornish cross meat birds, and they will be fertilizing our garden. They're 2 weeks old right now, and they go outside at about 2 to 3 weeks. So once we finish the construction of our chicken tractors, they'll be going out and fertilizing the land. Now at the front of our house we have about the last of our transplants. They're going to be planted in the next couple days. We have a couple more varieties of tomatoes that need to get in the ground. We have some new varieties of basil, some more eggplants, some various flowers here. Here we have our movable table. This thing, it's kind of what you'd see at a garden center. Just can move around, so you can move it along with the sunlight. We have our front bed that's coming along pretty well. We have some various varieties of basil in here, our mint, and another variety of cucumbers. Up on the steps here we have our geraniums, which we are happy how well they're looking right now. A couple different varieties here. Now geraniums are one of the things you don't really plant by seed, but we will be selling cuttings on our website coming this winter or fall. Beautiful flowers. This is our cutting center right here. Usually we have multiple window seals full of cutting, but due to everything being in the ground, this is what we have left over. I just put these in on Wednesday. So we got some sweet potatoes here, some peppermint, geraniums, some indoor vining plants, and this is just a reminder that cuttings are a very easy way to make new plants. So then around back here on the west side of our garden we have our amendment soils that I'm building. Here's some recycled potting soil. We're getting this all turned up, and it's gonna turn in some really nice potting soil again. We'll add some worm castings to add some more nutrients and maybe some humus. Grass clippings right here, just another good way to add organic matter to your garden, especially when you need some drainage and stuff. Now we don't fertilize our grass or spray it with any chemicals, so this is if you're having a yard that is sprayed frequently, we wouldn't recommend you using grass clippings, because that's just going to have toxic byproducts from your fertilizers that you fertilize your lawn with. But this is 100% natural. And then we have some horse manure here that's breaking down well. We have a sprinkler, as you can see, just keeping moisture in. Now in here, this is kind of some decomposed leaves, sticks, stuff like that. It's looking really good. This will be ready to go in the garden this fall. And then over here we have our wood chips. This is a good way to mulch, keep weeds out, keep moisture in, and add some structure to your soil. As you can see, the wood chips are breaking down pretty well. You can usually find wood chips at your local public works center, or if you see some chipping trucks, you can ask them to dump at your place, and they're usually pretty happy to do that. Over here we have our compost bin, or one of our 4 compost bins. This one is great for turning. As you can see in there, we got some action going on. If I turn it around, you guys will be able to see some worms. As you can see, you can spin the bin, and that will help just add aeration and looseness to your compost, which is very crucial to its development. So as you can see here, we're looking at some barren clay adobe soil. The only thing that grows here is a couple weeds. So this is what our garden plot soil looked like before we started amending it and adding organic matter. Now this right here is just after 1 season of amending it with horse manure, lawnmower clippings, old leaves, wood chips, and various other things. And you can see we have the most rich, light, well-drained soil here. We just harvested our potatoes from this patch. We had a great harvest. And this is just an encouragement for any of you guys who don't have good soil. Just know it's not hard to turn around. You can grow in any kinds of soil. We've grown in pHs from 5 to 7.5. We have grown in clays, loams, sandy soils, and whatever difficulty you run into, there's always a solution. So we've taken you full circle around our garden tour. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us on any of our social media, email, or phone number, which you can all find on our Facebook page. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be posting some more informational videos and also be looking out for our fall seed selection that's going to be dropping in the next couple weeks. We will have broccoli, collards, kale, anything you can grow in the fall. That will be great. Probably over about 40 varieties of fall crops. So stay tuned and have a great July.